An MLB insider has just dropped a bombshell report on the New York Yankees trade plans, and this is absolutely massive, as it was just highlighted when the New York Yankees will be making a blockbuster trade, some of the pieces involved, and all of the implications that it has. And we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And real quick, guys, if you are part of that 69% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, this is the place to be for all New York Yankees content. You don't want to miss out. You guys have been killing it with the subs recently. Let's keep it up, but also let's jump into this video. We have a lot to discuss. As Brian Cashman is known for making trades in the middle of the season near the trade deadline, it's something he's done often. There's been a lot of blockbuster deals the Yankees have gotten done, whether they're rebuilding and trading players away or buying in and trying to get as much talent on this team as possible as they make that World Series push. Recently, it's been the latter. Last year, we saw the New York Yankees make the blockbuster move to trade for Miami Marlins infielder and just overall spark plug of a guy in everybody's most polarizing player, Jazz Chisholm Jr. However, this is a different year and honestly might be the same two teams. As you saw him in the intro video, you saw him in the thumbnail, you know who we're talking about, Sandy Alcantara, who now very much has been on the trade block. The Yankees have been the team linked to Sandy the most, and now it feels as if the New York Yankees finally have a timeline on when they would be making the move for Alcantara. Now, it was revealed by Bob Nightengale that the Yankees are going to likely be going for him and that a trade is likely, with Nightengale saying, I think they'll trade him, probably late July. The beauty about him is you've got him for 2 more years after this at cheap money. So someone is going to have to give up a ton. As much as the Padres gave up for Juan Soto, it may cost the team more than that. It's going to be a steep price. Now, the New York Yankees, that makes things a little bit worrisome as the Yankees' assets are not the greatest right now. However, if they do believe that Alcantara is the final piece to this team, then you go out and do it. Now, Alcantara's had a rough season thus far, so it does make things a bit interesting as so far he's had a 6.56 ERA in 5 starts. Now, his whip is a 1.329, so the numbers are not as good as usual, where he's not even often getting out of 3 innings played. So since returning from injury, Alcantara has been struggling to find his way back. It is something that he likely will be able to find his way back from the 2022 Cy Young. The metrics still look solid, and we will get into that in a moment. So it does depend a lot on the surrounding factors of all this. Now, the New York Yankees specifically were named by Nightengale as the team to watch, saying, I think you'll have the Yankees doing everything possible. With the Marlins, we'll probably have about 10 teams calling him on just willing to give up half their farm system. And, well, if this happens, then what we'll see is a complete bidding war, which will drive up the price even more for the New York Yankees, which is a scary thought considering the Yankees do not have the greatest system, the greatest farm system right now. But Alcantara at his best is worth it. Now, he had a 14-9 record with an ERA of 2.28 and 207 strikeouts in 32 appearances in 2022 when he won the Cy Young Award. His whip was under 1. All his numbers were great. An elite ground ball pitcher. Now, the Yankees do have great pitching, so, I mean, Max Fried is still there, so they have a legitimate ace there. But on top of that, you look at everything else, it's not like you have the world's greatest pitching rotation by any means. I mean, Marcus Stroman, when he comes back from injury, he's still got that 11.57 ERA. They still have Carlos Carrasco out there. Luis Gil and Clark Schmidt are on their way back. I mean, Schmidt's back, but he is injury prone. Luis Gil has shown some serious injury concern as well. Meanwhile, Carlos Rodon has started to pitch really well, and also Max Fried is looking like a Cy Young right now. However, where things stand right now, it does make sense that the Yankees would look for Alcantara, especially when considering you don't know what you're going to get out of Gerrit Cole once he comes back at age 35 from a torn UCL that needed Tommy John surgery. So it is very, very just nerve-wracking what we could see happen right now. But where Alcantara is at, it would be an interesting trade for the Yankees. I've said this before that I sort of think that the Yankees should make a different move and that Alcantara is probably not the move you want to make. However, I do see the argument on why you would want to make it, especially just considering how great he is. But the Yankees' farm system is not as great. The Yankees would certainly have to give up George Lombard Jr. in any trade and likely Ben Hess as well. So that's 2 of their top 3 prospects, and I mean, they're both at high A right now with the Hudson Valley Renegades because the Yankees have given up a lot of prospects or brought a lot up to the majors. I mean, Austin Wells, Jason Dominguez, they've graduated to the major leagues. We've seen Will Warren start to get some time in the majors, given he's still on the prospect list right now. You see Bryce Cunningham, who's also with the Hudson Valley Renegades. Same situation, just a younger guy who they just brought in who has risen fast. And pitchers are getting fast-tracked nowadays, and that's expected to happen with Ben Hess to some degree. But where things stand right now, the Yankees' farm system is not the great. They'd have to give up a ton of pitchers because that's what they have. That's just a lot of their best players. I mean, you look, and most of the people here are pitchers. You have Lombard and Jones, and then Roger Arias, and then everyone else on this top 10 is a pitcher. So the Yankees, who have spent 14 of their last 20 draft picks on pitchers, would try to be giving the Marlins a pitching-heavy situation here, which, I mean, if that's what the Marlins want, it makes sense. But the Marlins just want the best package possible. And if it's going to be bigger than the Soto package that the Padres paid, it is very worrisome to think about how the Yankees would pull this off and if it would even be worth it for those 2 years of Sandy Alcantara, plus maybe more later, but you'd have to pay him an absurd amount of money, assuming he stays good. But with him struggling right now, it is a bit worrisome. However, those metrics, all the metrics do kind of say that Alcantara will be able to get back and be the player that he was in 2022. Now, just taking a dive into that and looking in, basically, it was explained by MLB.com that Alcantara has always been a ground ball pitcher, especially compared to the rest of the majors. He entered Wednesday at a 59.6% higher than his 2022 season, meaning ground balls, which is a good thing. The MLB average is 43.1% in 2025 and was 43.6% in 2022. So Alcantara's numbers show that he is still getting on track. He's just, again, he's coming off of Tommy John surgery. It's going to take some time for Alcantara to get fully back to who he was once. So basically where things stand right now, if the Yankees were to trade for Sandy Alcantara, it would be a move that would cost their entire farm system, but also it wouldn't happen yet. First of all, the MLB draft has to happen before the Yankees start to make any moves, and it also, they know they're going to go for him. Like, it's not like they're thinking about it. They're going to pursue him. I'm not saying they're going to land him, but they're going to pursue him. And that's going to have an impact on who the Yankees want to draft because they're going to be considering everything. The prospects they might be giving up, the positions they might have to fill with new prospects, considering they're going to be giving up. Definitely George Lombard Jr., almost certainly Ben Hess. Bryce Cunningham as well could be there. We could see Spencer Jones get traded. Like, this will be an absurd package for the Yankees to try to land the former Cy Young. And with the Miami Marlins, who are a terrible team outside of Alcantara, he's who's selling tickets. Like, that's how people go to Marlins games. They go to see Alcantara pitch. So when that man in the arena is gone, they're going to really struggle to sell those tickets, and they know that, and that's part of the situation here. It's one of the reasons why they've kind of held off on trading him thus far. However, at the end of the day, with revenue sharing, it'll all be fine. But at the end of the day, again, because I'm apparently just going to say that phrase every 5 seconds, really where things stand with the Yankees, I mean, I don't mind the trade. It worries me to keep giving up prospects like this. It does worry me a bit because eventually it's going to just be problematic. And I think the Yankees have to be very careful about doing this, and I honestly don't think they're going to land him. If I'm being honest, I know they're projected to. I know everyone expects them to, but you're giving up George Lombard Jr. for sure, along with a bunch of other prospects. And who's to say that the Yankees are going to have the best trade package? They're in the bottom third of the MLB with their prospects right now. So, and that's according to MLB Pipeline. I mean, there's going to be teams that can offer them better deals. And if the Marlins want to take that better deal, then Yankees lose out on them. And we have to decide if that's what the Yankees want to do or if they want to go in a different direction. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.